Snipers, you have to see what's happening in the Bitcoin price this Monday as we are currently testing the most important level for Bitcoin as I record this video. And the reason this is important, Snipers, is because if we are able to turn 17,204, which is a previous resistance, as a support level, what that means is Bitcoin now opens up the door to the next level of resistance at 24,300. Yes, there are several roadblocks along the way. We have the 20-week moving average also showing confluence with this market structural resistance level from this falling wedge. And then we also have the 2018 previous all-time high at 19,800. But regardless, just notice how this range here, when Bitcoin first breached below 24,300, it immediately opened up the door to 17,200. And so this would be the range Bitcoin would play in if we can start to get some daily candle confirmations above the major resistance at 17,204 and flip this level as a support, which is it's currently a resistance level. This is extremely important, Snipers. There's a lot to discuss today. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you support these updates. But check this out. I want to give you guys a bear market update because a lot of people do not keep track of where Bitcoin's realized price is. And notice how right now the realized price for Bitcoin is sitting at 19,731, which means that not only is 19,798 exactly, which is the 2018 previous all-time high, a major resistance because of the fact that it was the 2018 bull market resistance level, which now, of course, it's also acting as a resistance level, but it's also where Bitcoin's realized price is at. So 19,798 is a very important area of interest for Bitcoin. Getting above 17,204 will certainly open up the door to Bitcoin coming towards 19,800. And then, of course, we do have this market structural resistance level from this falling wedge as well. And that's right around 18,500 for Bitcoin. So that would also be an area that Bitcoin would have to cross through. So if we do start to see a break above 17,204, we're going to start looking at how the volume looks to see if it can justify some potential institutional behavior on the 6-hour chart. And that would give us a little bit of a better confirmation that the break above 17,204 could be fulfilled and it won't just be a fake out. But right now, just notice how we are starting to struggle here at 17,204. It's clearly showing itself as a major level because look at this 4-hour chart. Remember, it all starts with 4-hour candle confirmations above these major levels. And the only full 4-hour candle that has closed above 17,204 bodies and wick had some bearish symmetry to it. You can see we had this demand zone get tested. We had a wick form, and now we're starting to fall back down to 17,204. So Bitcoin is doing something very clear right now. It is clearly trying to turn 17,204 as a support level as it was previous resistance. If we can continue to see momentum here above 17,204 and we could hold above it, that is exactly what we're looking for to expect some upside momentum for Bitcoin in the immediate short term. We'll dive into the charts here on the phone as well, Snipers, because Ethereum is doing something very interesting. Ethereum, because of Bitcoin moving up, is now testing its 20-week moving average. That's a bull market resistance level or support level, depending on how you look at it. Right now, we're pretty much sitting at the 20-week moving average. So we can still call it a resistance here for Ethereum, but getting above this 20-week moving average, sitting right around 1330, is going to be a very good confirmation for the overall market that we still could potentially see some further upside here in the immediate short term. You can see Ethereum also breaking this bear market resistance level that has held it down since its all-time high. That is a very positive sign for the immediate short term that we could potentially open up the door towards that $2,000 big even for Ethereum. We want to continue to monitor Ethereum, but as I'm talking about here for Bitcoin, clearly 17,204 is the most important level. And at this point, the revolving parts are still in the favor of Bitcoin. Notice how the S&P 500 is maintaining itself so far above its 20-week moving average. So that's a positive sign here. The DXY continued to form new yearly lows, even with today's daily candle, not only forming new yearly lows, but breaching this major support level that has held the DXY up since the start of its rally, that is a very positive puzzle piece in the immediate short term. So we could assume here that the S&P 500 here, we can turn this flag green. It's a bullish puzzle piece. The DXY here, we can turn that flag green. It's a bullish puzzle piece. It's selling off. Bitcoin right now testing 17,204. The major resistance that's been holding it down for the last few weeks, that puts Bitcoin in a very bullish position. It's a bullish puzzle piece. The Ethereum chart breaking 1277, trying to stay above its 20-week moving average like the equity markets are. That's a bullish puzzle piece. The Ethereum to Bitcoin chart at 76,000 Satoshis. My God, I still remember when the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart came down to test 53,000 Satoshis. And that was like in the middle of this bear market. And we're seeing some very good upside momentum here for Ethereum's valuation against Bitcoin. I would consider that a bullish puzzle piece. Remember, why is the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart so important? Well, Ethereum, number one, is going to lead other altcoins. And if we're seeing strength with the Ethereum to Bitcoin pairing, that gives confidence that other altcoins could still potentially also see some liquidity flow into them. It's also sort of a market sentiment indicator that institutions and retail are more risk on and that they're willing to not just diversify into Bitcoin, but also into something like Ethereum. And that drives all of the other altcoins to see some upside. And then eventually what happens is a lot of these altcoins will hedge into Bitcoin after they see some upside, especially during a bear market. And then that allows Bitcoin to also see some relief with those altcoins. And so very positive signs there for the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. Tesla so far year to date is up 15%. We're seeing that across the board with a lot of equities. We're seeing strength in international markets. Gold has been quite strong to start off this year. So I talked about this over the last few video snipers. Yes, 2022 had extremely bearish sentiment, but so far, if we look at 2023's start at face value, this has been a bullish start to the year. You can see the total market cap has not continued to come down below its 2018 previous resistance, which has now held as support throughout this whole bear market. So that right there for the total market cap proves that it's not selling off from that major support, making that a bullish puzzle piece. One thing that I'd like to start seeing here for Bitcoin is the SPY valuation show some strength and get back to pre-FTX levels. This is something that we can monitor. We're not necessarily getting a confirmation there. We're not seeing too much strength just yet. And that's exactly why the S&P 500 is above its 20-week moving average while Bitcoin isn't. So I would consider this a neutral puzzle piece. But for the most part, bullish puzzle pieces across the board. I would even consider a lot of the international markets right now as bullish puzzle pieces, as they've also been moving up, especially China. Notice how it's moving up right now. So that's a very positive sign. MicroStrategy up 9% for the day. I mean, across the board, we are seeing a lot of bullish momentum. There could be many reasons for this. Maybe institutions were selling off positions at Q4 of 2022 to reap some tax benefits, and now they're re-entering those positions. Whatever it might be, what we know for sure, snipers, is the most important levels for Bitcoin, the most accurate technical analysis on the internet here. 17,204 is what we're watching right now. We are currently testing that as a major resistance. It's almost as if a hurricane has come through and now we are in the eye of the hurricane. Now we're getting the real test for Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin being battle tested here at 17,204. We need to flip this resistance as a support. And being the fact that we're already testing this level, at any point in time, we could be expecting a massive candle to the upside. And of course, now we are aware of the major levels, as I've talked about. We have the realized price, 20-week moving average is 2018, previous all-time high, all between 18,500 and 19,800. That would be the area I would expect Bitcoin to get to, holding above 17,200 in the immediate short term. In the immediate medium term, it opens up the door to 24,300. The real range is going to be 17,204 and 24,300. Don't worry about those middle numbers. Those are just some roadblocks in the way, but those are the two major resistance and support levels in the range that Bitcoin is in, being above 17,204. And of course, to the downside, with all these bullish puzzle pieces, I'm not talking much about it, but being below 17,204 opens up the door to 13,970. I wouldn't expect Bitcoin to free fall anytime in the immediate short term unless we start to see puzzle pieces in the equity markets and outside revolving parts falling apart. But stay tuned, snipers. I'm going to be having some new content coming out on the channel soon. I'm figuring out how to set it up. I'm thinking of using that desk, setting up a mic, maybe doing like a podcast type of video, maybe even using a whiteboard for the video content. But I am testing some new things out. We do have some brand new content coming out soon. Look at the weather here in Los Angeles. We are in the clouds right now. But with that, thank you all for tuning into the channel today. I appreciate each and every one of you tuning into the channel. I'm also working on remonetizing this channel by deleting some of our reused content from the YouTube shorts that we posted in early of 2022. It got our channel demonetized, and that hurts the algorithm. And so once all of these things are sorted out, we can be on our merely way into this next bull cycle, and we'll continue to cover Bitcoin as always with the best technical analysis. I'm thinking of also covering some outside topics, like maybe teaching more technical analysis through this channel, maybe even covering some more fundamental analysis, because as I get my setup completed, I'm going to have to create some YouTube shorts and some TikToks, so we'll have some more short form original content. And so, that could be technical analysis, but it could also be something else. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below for maybe some content ideas, maybe some other creators that you guys watch in this market that you guys believe I can perform at a high level, doing some sort of similar type of content. But with that being said, thank you all for tuning in to the channel, snipers. I'll see you guys next time. Until next time, snipers out.